because he is tremendously popular on the Serb media right now, and you cannot really say the media should control it, because obviously if the audience wants to see, Božidar Šešelj, then you have to provide them with what they want to see. So how do you deal with that? Because this is the people, it seems like in the Serbian situation, there is a great interest in these populistic mechanisms that Šešelj uses, because Serbia feels like they are a country that lost the war, they are a humiliated country, they are losing the Kosovo, everybody feels very involved in the outside history of the country, and at the same time they have a hard time earning money in the inside. And this is a situation where a person like Šešelj has tremendous power, because he promises an easy solution. Yes, if you are just becoming more nationalistic, then the Serb state will survive because the history says we are great. You have to educate people against this psychology.
So here begins your role of your project and your radio station and so on. As far as I understand now.
Yes.
Right here.
Right there, in educating people about the psychology of why they like to listen and warning them about where it leads to. And I hope that alternative stations can do the same.
Sad ne razumem zapravo, da li je Srbija, da li je srpsko gledateljstvo vidjelo ono što je rekao Šešelj, ono što je najprostački psovao suce i rekao svim.
Da, i rekli su svakom uvičan.
Oni se time ponose.
Najveći broj građana je bio oduševljen. Zato što to doživljavaju sada kao priliku u kojoj Srbija se prvi put pokazuje kao najveća žrtva, i sada je tu jedan čovek koji hrabro se brani protiv nepravednih optužbi, i još najdivnije po znacima navoda u čitavoj toj priči je što on se tuži u stvari za podstrekivanje, za govor, znači taj govor i ono što jeste ta politička propaganda, ne za učinjeno delo, nego za podstrekivanje. Tako da on sad ima fantastičan prostor da manipuliše i dalje na isti način kao što je i radio.
I dobije političke bodove, ali što je interesantno, u početku 90-ih u Srbiji je bila, da kažem, medijska sloboda. Iz prostog razloga, pošto su mediji radili zajedno sa politikom. Kao da su svi ugnjetavani, da ih niko ne razume, da se Slovenci odu i neki četvrti Rajh se stvara, Nemačka protiv njih, kao što je bila prije 40-50 godina. A onda kad su počeli mediji rušiti na Miloševića, onda je bilo drugčije. Onda se potpuno nekako Milošević nekako počeo da pritiska medije. Je li tako? Mislim, to je moje utisak.
Da, potpuno ste u pravu, s tim što tu postoje još neke male nijanse, ali u principu to je taj mehanizam po kome funkcioniše. Ono što je najdivnije, mi kada smo radili naše prvo, najdivnije, mislim, užasna je reč, ali saznanje koje smo stekli, pošto smo u tom našem prvom festivalu o ratu na prostoru bivše Jugoslavije hteli da obuhvatimo sve sukobe, od Slovenije do onih sukoba koji su bili u Makedoniji 2001. 99% ljudi nam je reklo zašto nam pokazujete fotografije iz Slovenije kada tamo nikakav rat nije bio. Vi onda shvatite tu šta su u stvari i na koji način su mediji isprali mozgove ljudima zajedno sa političkim elitama koje su imale vlast, koje su to radile.
In to mislim, da je, oprostite, dejansko gre za bistveno vprašanje, ki so ga vsi načeli že tukaj, odnos mediji, politika, to je ključna stvar. Zdaj, po principu morajo biti mediji kritični do vsakašne politike, do pozicije, toliko bolj kot do opozicije. In mislim, da se je tudi na temu primeru Srbije, na primeru, ki ste ga oba kolega povedala, pokazalo funkcija medijev pravzaprav. Kako to narediti, to obstaja seveda tisoče načinov, tisoče razlogov, ampak to je ključen odnos. Ker je, dokler bojo mediji v funkciji oblasti, potem pravzaprav takih medijev, kakršne si predstavljam, da bojo niti naravno.
Yeah. No, I've got one more question for Philippe. Now, we were talking about these populistic themes, the trial against Vojislav Šešelj, you know that. Now, a lot of people watch this trial in Serbia and they even like his way, populistic way of thinking and such things. But do you think if we made out of this some kind of fiction that the people will get some reflection about this thing? Is this something that
yes,
you
are
producing?
It was our aim. In fact, it's of course a different way of your work, but the aim is the same. Is to get to the people a critical view, a critical analysis, a critical mind, of course. As you watch TV, as you listen radio, as you read newspaper, as citizen, as viewer, you must always exercise your critical view, of course, or critical mind. It's very important, and it was one of our aim in making this docufiction, of course. It was not our main aim, because the main aim is to provoke a reaction in the public opinion in Belgium about the problem of separatism, about the problem of the future of
or problem of so-called patriotism. You can see what happened when patriotism is the main topic of media. And I was a correspondent in USA during the Iraqi war, when the Iraqi war began. The media was not media; they were patriots, only patriots, and they were embedded in
the United States.
In the United States,
yes.
They were embedded.
It's why I say that the neutrality of the media, I don't believe. Never, of course. But I believe in the intellectual honesty. For me, it's very important. Objectivity, I don't believe, but intellectual honesty. In doing this docufiction, we were intellectually honest. You understand? But we weren't objective, of course. It's not possible.
Exactly. I think that Mr. Wise wants to say something.
But because you turned to Philippe and you were saying, can you make one program like it? I think that if I would be living in a country that has a totalitarian media tradition and that has that has a history of so much manipulation in the war of the breakup of the former Yugoslavia, I would say it's not enough to do one program. I would say that you would have to do continuously. You would have to do serious. Why not make a satirical analysis program each time after you see Šešelj in the Hague? Just 15 minutes of analysis every time. I mean, this citizen educate. You can educate journalists much easier than citizens. Citizens, you shock them once. Then again, you want to rely on their intellectual capabilities, and then after a while, it's forgotten. You have to continue. Is this still continuing?
Yeah.
You have to continuously do it, and when you have a totalitarian tradition, maybe you have even more reason to have a totalitarian education network to free the citizens.
Yes, but I just have to say here, okay, we had communism here, but you have in the United States, you never had a communism, but there is a lot of manipulation through the media. I mean, I wouldn't say this is only the problem of the communism.
No, we are making a prototype in Africa that we are trying to emulate all around the world, because this is a problem all around the world. But in a way, you have it easier when you are in a totalitarian tradition, because in that way, people at least don't believe the media from the start. In America, most people don't even think about not believing the media. Here, and in Russia, and here less, than in Russia, but everywhere in the former communist countries, you have a tradition where citizens don't believe what they are being told in the media, and you can use this tradition in a much easier way than, for example, in America. That's what I think.
But I prefer to be journalist in America than in Russia.
That's what I think.
But I prefer to be journalist in America than in Russia.
For sure. Especially now when it's all that confusing.
You never risk to be died.